Hey, how's it going everybody? Here Witch52, and I'm going to be bringing you another Palworld video of 10 great base locations, so let's get right into it. Now, in this video, we will be covering the upper left-hand corner of the map and finishing it out. So before, we already did Forgotten Island in the previous video. Now we're going to do the Icewind Island. So all you have to do is just respawn here. And you'll notice as soon as you spawn in, you kind of have not so great of a location. You have to travel up around this hill and get that little fast travel point. But to get to our first base, all we're going to do is head up this hill. And you'll already see that little flat point up here. Now, this island is full of berries, full of low-level pals, so it's going to be fantastic for anybody looking to start their adventure. Now, we do have 2 metal nodes and also a few stone nodes placed in the back. Now, all of your resources are honestly a little bit spread apart on this first one, but you do have a bunch of berries, so you can get a ton of berry farms operating and a ton of trees. But from this first location, let's go ahead and head on to the next. All we're going to do is just follow this little path, and you'll see this next kind of open flat area. Now, we do have quite a few stone nodes here. We do also have a metal node if you are interested in getting that early game metal. Another great part about this location is the resources really won't spawn back inside of your base if you place the base around right here. Now here, just to give you guys an aerial view to see what I'm saying, put your base kind of in the middle. But from this point, we're going to go ahead and head down the hill and go to our next base location, which is right down here. So all you have to do to get here is just keep following the path down, and you will eventually make it here. So you really do have an option to build down there or up here. I really wouldn't build in the middle because this game still doesn't do too well with uneven terrain unless you put your farms on there. And you'll see what I'm saying after you've built a few bases. But from this base, we're actually going to head off to the next one. So we're just going to follow this path straight across. And you can already see the next spot. Now, all of these bases are next to a metal node because early game metal means a lot whenever you're first starting off. So right here, we can get that early game metal. We also have stone nodes. And like I said, low level pals everywhere. Of course, you're going to have your dino blossoms or dinossums, I guess. Those things always hang around really low level areas. But onto the next base location. All we're doing is we're just going to scale this hill just to show you that you really can. All you have to do is just find the lowest point or a point that you think you can climb up to, jump, and start climbing. Now, I do have increased stamina, so I do recommend increasing your stamina to about 150 to 200 as fast as you can after you get your weight to like 600. But with my stam, which mine is a little bit high, it's at 200. So I will say with about oh, what the heck is that? Oh, that's just a clipping glitch. But I will say with a little bit of leveling, you will be able to effectively climb that and climb a lot of stuff in this game. But I will be making a video covering best early game stats and what to do early game. I'll probably combine it all, but here's the next base location. I'll be honest, I don't like this one. I don't like this one at all. The main reason for that is that there's just not enough open space. Whenever I build a base, I like it to be open, but this one doesn't have too much. The good news is that it does have metal nodes, and it has a few stone nodes pretty close by, so you really can just build an awkward looking base, or if you do build a base, put your platforms over the tree spawns so the trees do not grow back. Now to the next one. All we're gonna do is head this way, kind of back down the hill a little bit, and just like how we came up, we're gonna go down once more. And you'll see this next open area. Now, this base location, you do have a metal node right here. The other one, kind of like the Forgotten Island, it's... Oh, where was it? Yeah, it's separated. It's down there. So I don't know what's going on with that, but you do have two metal nodes relatively close. This one's actually fantastic. Because if you look at the map and you zoom in, this is the only way for you to get raided, is through this one piece right here. So all you have to do is just build a wall, and you won't have any pals inside of your base, except for, of course, if you get raided and they decide to jump off of the hill, but they usually don't do that too much in their AI. Now, for the next base location, this one, I'm actually going to say this one's fantastic. And if you just saw the map right here, there's a dew mud. If you don't know what a dew mud is, it has level 2 mining, and it can also water. Not to mention, they're only level 14, so they're not too much of a hassle for early game. But if you build your base right here, you can actually put your pals in your base and attack the dew mud, and all of your pals, I wouldn't recommend doing this until you're like level 10, but all of your pals will attack the dew mud, and it'll make it much easier to capture the boss over here. So you could already have a level 2 miner, and level 2 miners actually mine metal nodes for you. So these metal nodes that you see right here, you could just throw them on top of it, and boom, they'll get it done for you, and you'll have your first early game metal. But to continue this journey, we're just going to head south. You will notice there are a few more metal nodes kind of scattered around this place, but those I just don't like those locations due to how small they are. But like I said, of course, you could always build platforms on top of the tree spawns, but it just becomes a hassle, because if you miss one tree, it can mess up the pathing of your pals really badly. Alright, so this next base location, which we're almost done. We're actually at number 8 down here. This one, I would recommend building on this little sand pad, or this path. And the reason for that is, if you go too far out on the beach, you might actually run into the boss night wings here. So if you want a good early game flyer, you can get a boss for that. And that is, here, I'll show you the night wings. They are level 18, which is the only downside. But there they are. That's where they spawn. You can see the coordinates in the bottom left of the map, if you do need to come after those guys. Now, they're only good at harvesting in the base, so really, they're just flyers. That's all those guys are good for. But here is the number 8 base location. Now, this gives you access to everything. You could have a metal node in your base, you could have stone in your base, and trees, to where you don't have to worry about anything early game. So it is a fantastic spot to build, and I wouldn't really build on the beach, because there's not a lot of trees. So it's going to be hard getting wood. You're going to have to make a crap ton of trips back and forth. But now we're going to go to the north side of the island, and this is how we are really going to, how can I say, save the best for last. These locations, so we did spawn right here. We came up, we talked about these two. We came to this one, came up, down, and now we're gonna go to the last two, and I'm just excited to show you guys the last one, just because this last one is one of my personal favorites, and you'll see why. You'll see why. That's all I gotta say. And also, on another note, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's a lot of paldium on this map, or at this spawn. And there's also a lot of egg spawns and chest spawns everywhere on this island, and a ton of dungeons. And I mean a ton of dungeons. This is a really good early game spot to level up fast. But here we are, we're making our way to number 9. This massive flat area that you could build at. And right here is the most optimal spot. Place your base right here, almost in the middle of those nodes. You can have your pals farm trees, stone, and also metal whenever you need it, and they'll always keep it stocked up for you. But make sure to try and not build anything over the stone nodes, unless you don't want any in your base anymore. But stone nodes do offer free paldium whenever they're mined, so keep that in mind. But next up, the last base location. We have to make our way up this hill. And all you do is you just follow this path. And I know it looks a little crowded, things are a little bit crazy. But the great part about this base location is you have your stone node, you have 2 metals, you have a chance of a chest spawn. And then on top of that, you also have a ton of trees, and the only way, and I mean the only way for you to get raided is right here. If you block this off with walls, they're going to have to try and figure out, the raiders will, how to get to you. Not to mention you also have access to a super close by metal node right over here. And also, of course, access to the ones down below, but this spot is by far the best on the island for terms of just starting out. And also a little bit of being secluded, because like I said, you only have this one spot that the pals can come from whenever they raid your base. But just to kind of recap everything, I'm going to show you guys the map one more time and kind of hover my cursor over so you can see the base locations. I mean, realistically, you would want to live at one of these. So here we are. And remember, in the bottom left side of the map, you can see the coordinates. So, boom. There we go. And I'm going in the order that we went. And then also boss spawns before we get to the last ones. The 2 mud and then Nightwing. And then we have number 9 and then number 10, which is by far my favorite on this island. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see any more Palworld content, all you have to do is just let me know what videos you want to see, and I guarantee I will make it. But I do have a few more base locations that I want to go over, and I'm going to do 10 for every single one, so you guys can stop making up excuses of there's nowhere to build on an official server. No, I'm just playing, but I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day. This was HeroRich52. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.